Hi there, and welcome to Tuesday Reviews Day. And this is the second in my review series that I'm doing. And again, today we are doing something a little bit special, a little bit different, to give you a little bit extra. And we're reviewing the Forgotten Gialli box set, Volume 2. My voice is going. And this is put out by Vinegar Syndrome. So in case you're wondering about the set and kind of where it's at, what you can get, well, there it is right there, the Forgotten Gialli box set. We'll go to the Vinegar Syndrome website and you can see it. We got the Girl in Room 2A with features being the newly scanned and restored in 2K from its 35 original camera negative, both in English and Italian language dubbed soundtracks, an archival interview with Daniela Giordano, an audio essay by film historian critic Rachel Nesbitt, original trailer, promotional still gallery and English subtitles. The French Sex Murders, we got a new 2K scan from the original OCN. Includes both English and Italian dubbed track, historical commentary with Kat Ellinger and Sam Deegan, so you know that's going to be great. The Wild Wild World of Dick Randall featurette on the career producer Dick Randall, which I'm pretty sure was on one of the Mono Macabre releases. So I think this is a port over. Promotional still gallery and English subtitles. The third of them is My Dear Killer. Again, it is a region-free release, newly scanned in 4K from the OCN. Both the Italian language and English dub version, with the English version being sourced from tape, so important to know. Innocence Lost, a brand new video interview with Roberto Leone, running at 40 minutes long, and a archival interview with actor George Hilton and director Tonino. I'm totally going to mess up the name. So anyway, we got here, and I think all of these, just making sure, they are all region-free releases. And we're going to look at these right now, all three of them. So let's do that. So we have here the box set, and when you open it up, it comes open like this, just like the last one. There is artwork on the inside, and it is pretty gorgeous. This is from My Dear Killer, and I'm guessing this could be from French Sex Murders, or could be from the other one. Anyway, let's take them all out. And I'll give you my thoughts on each of these films. And afterwards, I'll take out the Forgotten Gialli Volume 1 box set, which I got here. And we'll rank all 6 of them in order of my personal preference. So there you go. Alright, so we'll start it with the Girl in Room 2A. Now, this is a different one. It's definitely a very different type of Gialli. We have starring this one, Danielle Giordano. She was like a Miss Italy. Rosabella Neri is listed as the second, and she definitely has an important role in the film, though not a very big role in the movie. So if you're a big Rosabella Neri fan, you're not going to get to see a lot of her. Still, Top Sensation is your best bet if you want to see a lot of Rosabella Neri in all ways possible. And with Edwidge Fenech to that. This one is a decent one. There's a decent cast here overall. This is a region-free release. Feature-wise on here, we got an interview, we got an audio essay. Rachel Nesbitt did a essay for the last box set as well, which again was a really, really good essay. I do apologize, my voice seems to be going. So let me clear this for a second. There we go. I'm done. I'm sorry. There is alternate artwork here, so let's look at the alternate artwork as well. You can see it's actually fairly tame artwork. And it does fit the film. This is a Dick Randall release, so basically, this is a Giallo, but it's not a Giallo directed by a typical Giallo director. It's actually directed by William R. Rose. It is a good little film, and I do like the crimson mask bad guy, the torture killer, whatever you want to put it. It's not one where you really gotta guess too hard on who the only person you're guessing is who's in the Crimson Mask, because you really know this is more of almost like a conspiracy cult type of thing. So it shares a lot of similarities in a way with All the Colors of the Dark, the Sergio Martino film, without having the subtleties of a film like All the Colors of the Dark. Overall, it's a decent film. I will rewatch this one. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites in this here collection. But we'll go through all three of these, and I'll let you know my thoughts on each. Now the second one is another one that I'm pretty sure is produced by Dick Randall as well, and it was actually. And it is the French sex murders. So this is probably the most popular, most famous one on this particular set, and it's actually a really decent one. You have actually Robert Saatchi in this one. If that name like doesn't ring a bell, the face will, because back in the day he was like an Italian actor. He was known for looking extraordinary like Humphrey Bogart, and that would play into like different movies that he did. It definitely plays into this one here. Rosabelle Neri's in this one as well. She has a much bigger part in this one. Still not the star of the film. Also, we get like Howard Vernon in this one, who we know from many Jess Franco films. There is Barbara Boucher, Anita Egbert. This is a pretty stacked cast. It really, really is. The framework for the film, showing like kind of the demise of the killer, and then going back to let us like find out how we got to that point, is something that I was not a fan of. But the film overall, without that aspect of it, was actually really well done. I'm not going to say it's extremely hard to guess the killer because of the actors that's in it, though they do a good job of putting in some red herrings and making it at least really interesting. As for like the sleaze factor, like a lot of people ask about when it comes to Giallo, with Girl in Room 2A, definitely there's a lot of nudity in that one there, and there is in this one here as well. We have some of the big like name stars when it comes to Giallos in this one here. Ironically, and as it mentions on the back of the box, this thing here was once called, very shortly, Call Girls for Inspector Bogart, because Robert Saatchi looks like Humphrey Bogart. That goes without saying. Overall, we got some good kills in here. It runs at a pretty quick clip pace, and none of these here are anything that's going to drag on too long. So they're going to be fun watches. My Dear Killer is the next one, and probably again one of the more popular, more known ones. When it comes to Forgotten Gialli, this probably isn't as forgotten. This is an interesting one, and this is, out of all the ones out of the 6 that have come out so far, this is probably the most Giallo-esque film in the collection. It's a good cast. We got George Hilton in here, William Berger, Patty Shepard. These are some people you're going to know, and some people that you won't, but they're interesting in the way that it's done. This is very Giallo-esque. This reminds me a lot of some similar ones. It doesn't have the tightness or the directing that you'd get with a Fulci, for instance, or an Argento or a Martino or a Lenzi. But it is extremely well done, and it's an interesting curio when it comes to the Giallo genre. It's one that I will go back on. Now, there are a few different things in here to talk about. This was directed by the guy that directed Day of Anger. Again, another well-directed Western. So you're going in with a good director when it comes to this one here. For me, out of all 3 of these here, my favorite is probably the one that's actually least Giallo-like, to be honest with you. And the one that I'll probably go back to again sooner than maybe the other 2. And I thought it was going to be French Sex Murders. I really did, because the cast, it is loaded, and I would definitely watch this again. But the Girl in Room 2A actually stood out for me in this set. This here is the most Giallo-esque of the film. So if you're a Giallo fan and you like Giallo films, then My Dear Killer is definitely something to note there. There's some really good kills in My Dear Killer, and the killer tends to do that. What I really like about the killer is that it doesn't seem to be like super planned out. So when he goes into this girl's house, for instance, the weapon that he kills her with, he gets in the house itself. It's not he hasn't come along with a rope or a knife or something like that. Now there is one nude scene that has been talked about in this before, and again, that is like a young actress. I'm guessing like really type of young, but it's not done in an exploited way. It's not done it seemed to me more like something you'd see like in like a, I don't know, in a commercial, as opposed to something that was meant to be done as nudity for like nudity's sake, for an exploitive way. But just know that going in, it's a blink and you miss it type of thing. But still, it is there and it is noticeable. So that's something that bothers you, know that ahead of the time. But from my point of view, anyway, the way that I see it is that it was just a matter of facty type scene, as opposed to something that was just put in there, just because. As it really doesn't affect the film either way, and they could have even took it out, and I don't think anybody would have really noticed. But overall, 3 really good titles. Now let's get to ranking them. Now, normally what I do is I rank the movies in the set, but Forgotten Gialli has 2 volumes now, so I'm going to be a little bit more proactive with this one here, and we are going to rank all 6 films in the Forgotten Gialli sets. So if you've only seen this one, then this is going to give you... So the first 3 were Trauma, The Killer is One of 13, and Police Are Blundering in the Dark. So I'm doing my magic behind the scenes here, and I'm going to rank all 6 of these titles from and I like all 6 of these. So even like the least ranked one is going to be is pretty much going to be exactly what you think it's going to be that way. It's going to be in the I'm trying to say it right. It's going to be something that I like. So in 6th place, it's ironic the way this is going to go, by the way. It is My Dear Killer. I really like this. Really well done film. Love the ending of this film. It's definitely the most Giallo this, and for some people, this is going to be their absolute favorite one. But I got to go with my rankings. So that is number 6. Number 5, French Sex Murders. Again, I actually really like this title. I know I'm going to revisit it again. And anything on this, all 6 of these films are actually excellent films in my opinion. But I'm going to rank that number 6. And number 5. And number 4. Are you ready? This was the hardest because I went between 2 of these and I didn't know which way to go. But in the end, number 4, The Girl in Room 2A. An excellent little film. I really enjoyed this one. It was different. It was very wasn't more. Certain parts of it weren't Giallo-esque, but I just loved the way that this film was done. Loved the way it was put together. I loved the ending, and I thought it was the best of this entire set. So top 3, right? That's what we're getting to. That's what you want to know. Police Are Blundering in the Dark. A lot of people really hate this one. It's definitely the cheapest looking of the ones, but it really is Forgotten Gialli. When you think of the word Forgotten Gialli, Police are Blundering in the Dark is literally that. It is Forgotten Gialli, and it's exactly what I expect and what I want when I see a set like this. Whereas I do know My Dear Killer. It's one that I've seen before. I had not seen Police Are Blundering in the Dark. It was a pleasant and delightful surprise. Number 2 is The Killer is One of 13. I really enjoyed this one as well. It's very Agatha Christie-esque. It has very low on the sleaze factor when it comes to it, and you don't miss it really. Like you're going to get that. You got enough Giallis out there with the sleaziness to have that. But The Killer's One of 13 is definitely one of my favorites on here, which leads us to number 1. And I still think it is the best out of all the 6 Giallo ones that are done. And I know I'm probably going to be the only person that says this, but that's why this is my review, and not somebody else doing it. And that is Trauma. I really, really dug Trauma. I like the lead actress in this one. I love the ambiguous ending, the way that it goes. It leaves a lot to be talked about. And if you have not seen this film, I definitely recommend it. Again, these are not as well known. The actors are not as well known as in the second Forgotten Gialli set. Both sets are incredible, and I'm going to 100% recommend that you have each of these sets in your collection. Because if you're a Giallo fan and you're... It's something that you need. Not only do these sets look gorgeous, but they are amazingly well done. Just look at this here. So this is Forgotten Gialli Volume 1 and Volume 2. I actually do love both of these sets, and I recommend that you that you get them both. These are great releases. The features on the second set, right here, are definitely More there's more features than there is on the first set. The first set, it seems like they couldn't get as many features on there. It's mostly an audio commentary for two of the films and a essay for the video essay for the third film. On the second set, there's definitely more to dive into. There's the commentaries along with video essays. There's interviews with the directors and actors in the films as well. We get the Wild World Dick Randall. So feature-wise, the second set is definitely the king of features. Film-wise, for me, and I'm gonna say for me only, because most people are going to enjoy and like the Forgotten Gialli Volume 2 a bit more. I do like the unknown factor and the kind of the sleaze factor and almost kind of the gonzo let's get a camera and make a giallo factor that is in part 1 though. So I'm so excited to see what part 3 brings. I know that we got Murder Mansion coming in Volume 3 and 2 other releases. Either way, I know this Forgotten Gialli Volume 3 is definitely, inshallah, going to be up there with my other releases, because there hasn't been a Vinegar Syndrome box set yet that I haven't wanted to get. I would 110% recommend the Forgotten Gialli Volume 2 set. It has 3 great little titles in there, some that are more well known, and I'm more of I like Giallo and I watch a lot of Giallo. So stuff like My Dear Killer and French Sex Murders, they're not like exactly like lesser known for me, but that's me. That's somebody that watches a lot of this stuff. For a lot of people, yeah, this is definitely going to be more of a Forgotten Gialli, something that they don't know. Volume 1 definitely challenged me more in kind of in the way that I did know the titles as well, and that was definitely something that was unique. Apparently, the 3 titles that are coming out in Volume 3 are really kind of hard to get and hard to find ones. My dad said Murder Mansion is insane, and he's going to be getting it. So anytime my dad says it's going to be a good one, it's going to be a good one. So there you go, Forgotten Gialli. And you can pick that up now for, let's just check here. Ooh, if I can do this right. Right, so you can pick up Forgotten Gialli box set right now. Let's bring up the price for it. Ah, wrong one. For $76.16 in Canadian, and of course depending on where you live. Let's bring it over to American just to show you guys different prices. So it's $59.99 American. It is $49.09 with euros. And if you want Great Britain pounds, sterling is going to be $44.21. So us here in Canada are going to have to pay the most for this set, but it really is worth it. And they do have like sales going on, like twice a year. They're half of the Black Friday sale and their Black Friday sale. As you can see, and now it's still listed as over 1,000 left in stock. So you'll be good when it comes to getting this release. I think I'll keep you updated if it looks to go down in numbers. So there you go, the Forgotten Gialli Volume 2 box set reviewed along with the Forgotten Gialli Volume 1 reviewed and ranked. So another review and ranking. Hope I see you guys here again next Tuesday, where we're going to be looking at, come here next Tuesday and find out, or watch my live videos, because I tend to announce ahead of time what reviews I'm going to do. And there will be some other reviews coming up this week as well, by the way, so keep an eye out for those. And be sure to like, share, subscribe. There will be the Patreon link and donation button down below. If you want to help with the channel, whether you do it by becoming a patron or you want to give a one-time donation to the channel for the work that's done, either one is greatly appreciated. Either way, thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope you watch some really, really great Giallo. I'll talk to you guys again soon.